Had another great day with the 12-year-old nephews yesterday. So they came in, we did more work, it was a good day, everyone had a good time. So I'll show you what we got up to. The start of every good job's a good drawing. So did a quick drawing of a bush that we needed. So this is where the factory mount is. There's a big hole, so that plate's going to go in and fill up that big hole and give me somewhere to locate the lower control arm mount to. Because we're using the factory location, it sits about there. So nice little bush, goes in there like that. I've got the other one on the car, so I'll give you a look in a sec, just to get our spacing out correct. So had one of the nephews on the lathe, he did a really good job. Just aluminium, so that was pretty straightforward, but really nice finishes. And his sizes were all pretty spot on, so good lad. Now we need a mount that goes, so it's actually going to go to the roll cage. I'm going to run a horizontal tube through and then have the mount go into the roll cage itself, so we needed that top bracket. So we did a drawing. The drawing ended up getting cut up because we figured it'd be nicer once it was drawn, we can just trace over it. So although we did a drawing, we had to find out this arc. So the way that I did that is I've set my length of my arm, so it's a equal 4-link rear end. So each arm has to be the equal length. Can't be 10 or 20 mil longer or shorter, because then it doesn't work as well. It'll work, but not as well. So the magic's in the equal length. So what we did is we set these at the right length, and then I made this super custom tool that drops in here, and we set up our top mark there, and we drew out the arc of this. So what I'm doing here is, this is the top arm, this is the diff, this is the car mount. So diff, car, I'm going to run them parallel. But you can drop these top arms down here to sort of change the geometry a little bit and change how the rear end works. Lots of drag cars do it, the rally guys do it on the escorts. They just drop that front bit down a little bit. So I gave myself 2 extra settings. So I'm going to start on that top one. It will probably stay there. We'll experiment down here at this bottom one, and while we're making the bracket, I gave myself another drop right down there. So they're 50 mil in between. Now you can't draw a straight line, because if this just goes straight down, it pulls the top of the diff over. So you have to leave that in the same spot and create an arc. So that's what we were doing with the drawing. So we drew it out and then went, oh, hang on, that's exactly what we want. So we transferred that over to steel. Same thing, we need 4 of them, weld them together. So that's what the boys were up to. We also got under the car, so let's go have a look at that. So this is that setup that I was just showing you on the desk, on the workbench there. This plate here has been welded in place. I've just tacked it for now, and then that was the bush that we had to make up so that there's no side movement there. So that's in place, and then we got the rear mount tacked on as well. So that's one link ready to go. So we're looking at what needs to happen to do the top one, and once I have them sorted, we'll move over and do the other side of the car. But yeah, that's all on. So to get this dead straight, the nephews ran a string line along the car. We measured off of this seal here, front and back, and that gave us a perfectly dead straight string line. And then from the string line, we then measured to the front here, to the back here, and that determined where this bracket here actually gets welded on. So pretty good day really, got lots done, and it's starting to look like a rear end. bar now becomes the front mount point. So we get that tacked into place, and then I can look at making the top mount for the differential. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle really.